Hey guys, quick video this week. I just want to show you a cool trick you can do with a Möbius strip. So the first thing you need to do, in case you don't just have a Möbius strip lying around, is you're going to need to make one. And it's really easy to do. All you're going to need is a piece of paper, scissors, and Scotch tape. So the first thing to do is you got to cut the piece of paper the long way and maybe make it like 1.5 or 2 inches thick. And now we're going to take this band of paper and make it into a loop. If you just make this a regular loop, that's going to make a shape called an annulus, and that's a perfectly cool shape, but that's not what we're trying to do today. A Möbius strip is basically a strip of paper with a single twist in it. So the way it's normally drawn in math is sort of kind of like this, because that's the simplest way to understand that it's just a strip with a twist. But in real life, it actually is going to end up looking kind of more like the Google Drive logo, and you'll see that in a second. So we take this piece of paper, and instead of connecting it like this, we're going to put one twist right here, and we're going to connect it like that. And now get your Scotch tape and just make sure it stays in place there. It's good to extra tape it, just because we're going to be doing some cutting and you don't want there to be any like loose ends. Okay, now we have our Möbius strip. And there are a couple cool things about this shape. First of all, it actually only has one side. So this top side and the bottom side right under it, where my thumb is, are actually the same side of the sheet. If you follow along the top like you're an ant and you go all the way back down through the bottom, you're going to end up on the underside of it. In the same way, and I'm going to show you this one on paper, it only has one boundary edge. So if you ignore the interior and just trace the rim of the shape, this long winding thing you get, you see it actually is just one long loop. And you can kind of unravel it by pulling this piece out and you end up with basically a weird twisting circle. Because this weird shape only has one edge and one boundary, it actually comes up a lot in various areas of math. I'll do a video on manifolds soon, and there's a special manifold called the real projective plane that you make out of a Möbius strip. But I promised you a cool trick with a Möbius strip, so let's do it. Now, I'm going to do it on camera, but I promise this is 100 times better if you do it in person. So I'm going to start by just stabbing a little hole right in the middle. Just kind of like that. I'm just going to start cutting down the middle. So we know what'll happen if you cut an annulus in half. It's just going to make two rings, two annulus shapes. But if you cut a Möbius strip in half, what do you think is going to happen? Remember, this is a weird shape that only has one edge and one boundary. How is the twist going to play in here? Do you think we're going to end up with two Möbius strips? Maybe there's one Möbius strip and one regular annulus? Do you think there's going to be two regular ring annulus shapes? Or do you think it's going to be something else entirely? Only one way to find out, I guess. So here I am back at the beginning, about to cut back into it. Well, I don't know what happened there. The video, I guess, cut out, so I guess you're just going to have to do it with your own Möbius strip to find out the answer. Like, subscribe, pre-order the book, blah, blah, blah.